In this video, we are going to learn compensating transaction pattern. The compensating transaction pattern is a rollback process of saga pattern. The compensating transaction pattern is provided to reverse the steps for a previously executed transaction. This pattern is often used in microservice architectures where multiple services may be involved in a distributed transaction, and if any of these services fail to complete their part of the transaction, the effects of the entire transaction need to be undone. That means the steps in a compensating transaction should undo the effect of the steps in the original operation. In a microservice architecture, the compensating transaction pattern can be used to be ensured that the changes made by a transaction are properly undone if an error occurs or if the transaction needs to be rollbacked. A compensating transaction is also an eventually consistent operation and it could be fail. The system should be able to resume the compensating transactions at the point of failure and continue. It might be necessary to repeat a step that's failed, so the step in a compensating transaction should be defined as a idempotent command. One real-world example of using the compensating transaction pattern is in the context of the e-commerce application. Let's say that a customer places an order in our e-commerce application and the order is fulfilled by multiple microservices. For example, services that inventory, payment, ordering, notification, and so on. If any of the services fail to complete their part of the transaction, the compensating transaction pattern can be triggered to reverse effects of the transactions. For example, if the payment processing service fails, the compensating transaction can refund the payment. If the shipping service fails, the compensating transaction can cancel the shipment. It is important to note that the compensating transaction pattern can be complex to implement, and especially in distributed systems where the multiple microservices may be involved in a single transaction. It is also important to carefully consider the potential consequences of rolling back the transaction, as it may have unintended side effects.